for as long as it takes. Feeling your best every day starts today. Call or go online now for your health insurance quote.
Get comfy this Christmas with Pillow Pad Fold Away from JML, the multi-angle viewing stand that makes any device easy to see, comfortable and hands-free. The plush microfiber ledge holds any device securely at the perfect viewing angle, and it comes with a handy storage compartment. It's a great gift for sofa surfers. Whether you're sitting, lounging or lying down, get the perfect view with Pillow Pad Fold Away. Only $19.99 from Asda, Boots, Dunelm, Tesco and jmldirect.com.
By playing People's Postcode Lottery, you've helped thousands of good causes. So thank you.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. What needs now is love, sweet love. Love, sweet love.
Right, now, on to number 42.
We're finally going through my Tom's things. I want to make him proud.
Welcome to British Seniors, the UK's #1 rated provider of over 50s life insurance. We're proud to offer our seniors lifetime guarantee. With 100% of claims having been paid, we guarantee your premiums will never go up and that you'll speak to one of our specialists in the UK. Plus, when you sign up, you'll receive a £135 gift card.
Be proud to protect your loved ones with British Seniors. To get a free quote today, call our UK team or visit britishseniors.co.uk.
Bingo lovers, it's time for a close encounter with Bingo Aliens. Visit bingoaliens.com/bingo for a cosmic range of bingo games. 75-ball bingo, even 90-ball bingo. All from a galaxy far away, direct to you. Taking bingo to another dimension at bingoaliens.com/bingo.
As a dad, I know life's unpredictable. It's all fun and games until it's not. That's why I'm not putting things off anymore. I'm protecting the life we've built by calling Smart Insurance.
Just like families, not all life insurance is the same. That's why we offer the Smart Family Guarantee. We guarantee a straightforward application process, award-winning service you can trust, and cover from day one. Plus, you get your choice of a £125 gift card.
To get a free quote today, call our specialist UK team or visit smartinsurance.co.uk.
This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV 24/7.
India-China Special Representatives for the Border Mechanism, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and Foreign Minister Wang Yi have met to discuss a range of issues. The duo discussed management of peace and tranquility in the border areas, reasonable and mutually acceptable solution to the boundary issue. The Russian parliament has passed a new law that could have significant diplomatic implications. The law allows courts to suspend bans on groups designated by Moscow as terrorist organizations, potentially paving the way for Russia to normalize relations with the Afghan Taliban and possibly with Syria's new leadership. Now, this new law enables suspension of bans on groups labeled as terrorists. US President-elect Donald Trump's incoming special envoy for Ukraine and Russia, retired Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg, will travel to Kiev and several other European countries early January. But Kellogg is not planning to visit Moscow during this trip. The meetings are reportedly expected to focus on fact-finding rather than active negotiations. Trump is set to take the office on the 20th of January. He has promised to end the Ukraine war within 24 hours of assuming office, if not earlier. Russian authorities have detained an Uzbek citizen who has confessed to planting and detonating the bomb that killed Lieutenant General Igor Krylov in Moscow a day earlier. The man said that he came to Moscow to carry out an assignment for Ukraine's intelligence services. Ukraine has apparently offered the man a total sum of $100,000 for the murder and for residency in a European country. Russia's head of nuclear, biological and chemical protection defense, Kirillov, was killed outside his apartment building along with his assistant when a bomb hidden in an electric scooter went off. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has announced that Israeli forces will remain in a buffer zone along the Syrian border, which was seized after the ousting of Syrian President Assad. Netanyahu emphasized that Israeli troops will stay there until a new arrangement is made that guarantees Israel's security. He also highlighted the strategic importance of Mount Hermon, located inside Syria, about 10 kilometers from the Israel-held Golan Heights. Listen in.
אני פה בשיא החרמון עם שר הביטחון, הרמטכ"ל, אלוף פיקוד צפון, ראש השב"כ ומפקדים בכירים. אנחנו פה בחיתוך מצב כדי להחליט על היערכות ישראל במקום החשוב הזה עד שימצא סידור אחר שמבטיח את ביטחון ישראל.
US President-elect Donald Trump has reiterated his intention to impose reciprocal tariffs in retaliation for the high tariff imposed by New Delhi on import of certain American products. Now, Trump said India and Brazil were among countries that impose high tariffs on certain American products. If India puts taxes on US, America's response will be reciprocal. Canada is stepping up efforts to secure its border. The US-Canadian ministers have revealed a new border security plan on Tuesday, which they had earlier presented to US President-elect Donald Trump's administration. Now, the plan focuses on surveillance, intelligence, and technology. Public Safety Minister Dominic LeBlanc described discussions with Trump's border czar Tom Homan as quote-unquote encouraging. The measures include helicopters, drones, surveillance towers, sniffer dogs, and a joint strike force targeting organized crime. US President-elect Donald Trump has nominated former Senate candidate and ex-footballer Herschel Walker as the US ambassador to the Bahamas. Trump made the announcement in a post on social media platform Truth Social. Now, Walker lost his bio for a US Senate seat in Georgia 2 years ago against Democrat Raphael Warnock. The United States established diplomatic relations with the Bahamas in the 1973 to be precise, following its independence from the United Kingdom. House Republicans have wrapped up their probe into the January 6, 2021 Capitol attack. They have concluded that former GOP Republican Liz Cheney should be prosecuted. The claim is tied to her role in investigating the attack when then-President Donald Trump supporters stormed the Capitol. The report released on Tuesday reflects the party's efforts to back Trump's push for vengeance. It also targets Cheney and other members of the January 6 committee who Trump believes should face jail time. However, it is unclear if there is a real legal argument behind these allegations. Luigi Mangione, accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, has now been indicted for murder in Manhattan. Mangione faces 11 charges, including first-degree murder and murder as an act of terrorism. The indictment alleges that he killed Thompson to, quote-unquote, influence the policy of a unit of government by intimidation or coercion. Listen in.
We are here to announce that Luigi Mangione, the defendant, is charged with 1 count of murder in the first degree and 2 counts of murder in the second degree, including 1 count of murder in the second degree as an act of terrorism for the brazen, targeted, and premeditated shooting of Brian Thompson, who, as you know, was the CEO of United Healthcare.
The Philippines has ratified a new defense pact with Japan that would allow their militaries to deploy on each other's soil amid increased regional tensions with China. The agreement between the two countries was signed in July over shared concerns about China's growing assertiveness in the region and confrontations between Philippine and Chinese naval vessels in contested areas of the South China Sea. In a significant diplomatic development, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian is sent to attend a major summit of leading Muslim nations in Egypt this Thursday. This marks the first visit by an Iranian president to Egypt in over a decade. The summit is hosted by Egypt and involves the D8 Organizations for Economic Cooperation, a group that includes Bangladesh, Indonesia, Malaysia, Nigeria, Pakistan, and Turkey. A Filipina woman who had been on death row in Indonesia and who was nearly executed by a firing squad in 2015 has arrived in Manila after long-standing requests from her home country. Mary Jane Fiesta Veloso had spent almost 15 years in a prison for drug trafficking. She won a last-minute reprieve that will lead to her testimony exposing how a criminal syndicate duped her into being an unwitting accomplice and a drug dealer. About 100 relatives and supporters, including her 2 sons, who were only toddlers when she was arrested in 2010, welcomed her with cheer and tears when she arrived at Manila's airport. Gunshots were reported throughout a neighborhood in Baltimore where a car crashed outside a funeral home that appeared to be closed at the time. Baltimore police confirmed that a shooting and a related fiery car crash killed 1 person and injured at least 9 others. They were rushed to the hospital. Officials didn't provide conditions for the 9 victims who were hospitalized. They said it is not yet clear whether all 9 were shot or not. Investigators, though, believe that the incident was targeted and isolated. Take a listen.
An initial call for service, they spoke of multiple gunshots at that location. Responding officers responded to that location. The first officer that arrived on the scene found a vehicle on its side and in flames. Our officers searched the scene. They found multiple victims and alerted the fire department. The fire department came to the scene and basically took care of the victims at the scene and transported them to the hospital. At this time, we have 10 individuals that have been injured. 1's deceased, 9 were transported to the hospital.
U.S. astronauts Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore have been stranded on the International Space Station for months now. NASA has announced that they will remain there until at least late March next year due to a delay in their return mission. Now, Wilmore and Williams arrived at the ISS in June aboard Boeing's Starliner spacecraft. Their mission was originally planned to last only 8 days. However, problems with the Starliner's propulsion system forced NASA to change the plan.
This is an urgent appeal from UNICEF UK. Conflict in Gaza is cutting off supplies of food, medicine and clean water. Thousands of children are malnourished and sick. UNICEF is working non-stop, providing life-saving therapeutic food for children like 2-year-old Lean, who's receiving urgent treatment for severe malnutrition. Her story is just one of thousands. Search UNICEF UK Gaza online or text Gaza to 84903 or scan the QR code to find out how you can help. £39 could provide life-saving therapeutic food for up to 3 children for 1 week. Whatever you can afford, your vital gift will help UNICEF provide life-saving supplies to children and families in Gaza during this devastating crisis. Search UNICEF UK Gaza or text Gaza to 84903 and help bring hope for children caught in this conflict today.
Get comfy this Christmas with Pillow Pad Fold Away from JML. The multi-angle viewing stand that makes any device easy to see, comfortable and hands-free. The plush microfiber ledge holds any device securely at the perfect viewing angle. And it comes with a handy storage compartment. It's a great gift for sofa surfers. Whether you're sitting, lounging or lying down, get the perfect view with Pillow Pad Fold Away. Only $19.99 from Asda, Argos, Morrison's, Tesco and JMLdirect.com.
Go on, show us what you got. Look at him go. Watch the master.
Compete in Gala Bingo tournaments for a chance to win a share of £10,000 each week. Gala Bingo, where a little joy goes a long way.
In People's Postcode Lottery's January draws, you could win a share of £17.7 million. Sign up before midnight on the 31st of December.
Health isn't someday in the future, it's now. It's same-day GP appointments, physio without GP referrals, cancer testing, scans and diagnosis fast. Questions for an expert at any hour about anything. Support that lasts for as long as it takes. Feeling your best every day starts today. Call or go online now for your health insurance quote.
Sometimes it's the little things that remind us of them. Stay close, even when you're far apart. Send money worldwide with Remitly.
French authorities have announced an overnight curfew in Mayotte as they sought to stabilize in the aftermath of Cyclone Chido. Chido is the most intense storm to hit the island territory in almost 90 years. The French military has said it is sending 4 to 5 planes a day with up to 50 tons of assistance, including food, water and medicine. Hundreds of military personnel have arrived since the weekend in Mayotte. A magnitude 7.3 earthquake that struck off the Vanuatu killed at least 14 people, injured hundreds more, and caused widespread damage across the South Pacific island nation. Video of the damage shows damaged buildings, cracked roads, and debris from landslides. A near-total telecommunications collapse meant little was known about conditions outside the largest city, and people struggled to contact those missing. More than 200 injured people were treated at the local hospital. At least 10 large buildings and 3 bridges sustained major structural damage. An aid plane from the Royal Australian Air Force has taken off, carrying supplies and personnel to go aid the relief efforts in Vanuatu. Rescue efforts got underway after the quake, and rescuers worked through the night, trying to reach people screaming for help from under the rubble.
Australia stands with the people of Vanuatu following yesterday's devastating earthquake. Our deepest sympathies go to the people of that wonderful, beautiful country, particularly following the tragic loss of life there. We know from early reports that quite significant damage has occurred there, and on the request of the Vanuatu government, we are deploying immediate assistance today.
Honda and Nissan are in talks to establish a holding company, signaling a significant shift in Japan's auto industry as it faces challenges from Tesla and other EV competitors. According to a source, the discussions, first reported by the Nikkei newspaper, aim to strengthen collaboration on technology and position Japan's number 2 and number 3 automakers as the strongest domestic rival to Toyota. Nissan shares surged over 21% in Tokyo trading, while Honda's share dipped 1.6%. Automaker Stellantis will invest $2.1 billion in Italian production next year and spend another $6.3 billion in the supply chain. Stellantis executives laid out prospects for Italian operations just weeks after the board forced former CEO Carlos Tavares to resign amid slumping sales. He is being replaced by an executive committee led by Chairman John Elkann until a new CEO is named. Retail investors poured nearly $11 million into MicroStrategy shares on Monday. That's almost 3 times their average daily inflows this year. The surge followed the company's inclusion in the Nasdaq 100 index. MicroStrategy is the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin. According to Vanda Research, the detail shows the growing popularity of this Bitcoin bull among individual investors. Its stock has delivered a staggering return of nearly 550% this year. That's far ahead of Wall Street favorite Nvidia, which has seen about 160% gain in 2024. Bitcoin's soaring value is turning heads in the luxury fashion world. High-end brands and retailers are showing more interest in accepting cryptocurrencies as payment. They aim to tap into new pockets of wealth and build loyalty with crypto investors. Until now, only a few luxury names have ventured into the crypto payment space. These include LVMH, watch brands like Hublot and Tag Heuer, and Kering-owned fashion labels Gucci and Balenciaga. According to a report, US President-elect Donald Trump is scheduled to meet with Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos on Tuesday at his Mar-a-Lago resort. According to researcher Open Secrets, Sarandos has traditionally backed Democratic Party candidates, making donations to support President Joe Biden, former President Barack Obama, and Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton. Elon Musk has said Starlink's satellite internet is inactive in India. This marks his first comments since authorities seized 2 of his company's devices in recent weeks. One of the devices was seized in an armed conflict zone and another in a drug smuggling bust. Now, Starlink is seeking approval in India to provide satellite broadband services. The Musk-owned company is trying to address any potential security concerns as part of the process. A Japanese space startup has said its second attempt to launch a rocket carrying satellites into orbit has been aborted minutes after liftoff. The second attempt was made 9 months after the company's first launch attempt that ended in a similar explosion. Space One's Kairos No. 2 rocket lifted off from a site in the mountainous prefecture of Wakayama in central Japan on Wednesday. The company said it had aborted the flight after concluding that it was unlikely to complete its mission. The European Union data privacy regulator for Meta has fined the social media giant $263.5 million for a 2018 Facebook security breach that affected 29 million users. Meta notified Ireland's Data Protection Commission at the time that cyber attackers had exploited a vulnerability in Facebook's code that impacted the View As feature. Now, the feature lets users see what their own profile looks like to someone else. That led to a breach in personal data, including users' full name, contact details, location, place of work, and even the date of birth, etc., being outed. Indian spinner R. Ashwin has retired from international cricket with immediate effect, announcing his decision at the end of the 3rd test of the ongoing Border Gavaskar Trophy series in Australia's Brisbane. Ashwin ends his test career as India's 2nd highest wicket taker in the format, with 537 wickets as an average of just 24 in 106 tests, only behind Anil Kumble, who finished with 619 wickets from 132 tests. With him not being a regular in the 11 in India's overseas fixtures and their next test series and away tour of England, Ashwin will be 39 by the time India's next home season comes around. High performance sport, New Zealand has announced $93.69 million in government funding for Olympic and Paralympic sports in the run-up to the 2028 Summer Games in Los Angeles. New Zealand enjoyed its best ever Olympics in Paris earlier this year. Most sports said that helped towards its tally of 10 golds, 7 silver and 3 bronze medals have been rewarded with consistent or extra funding. West Indies have appointed former captain Darren Sammy as coach across all 3 formats of the game. Sammy will be in charge of the Test team from the next year in addition to the One-Day International and T20 sides. Sammy captained West Indies to T20 World Cup triumphs in 2012 and 2016. He also took charge of the white ball teams as coach in May 2023. Sammy will celebrate his 41st birthday on Friday. Tom Cruise has received a special salute from the US Navy this week. The Hollywood star has been honored with the Navy Distinguished Public Service Award. It happened during an intimate ceremony at the London Film School on Tuesday. Cruise said he was proud to accept the honor from the US Secretary of Navy, Carlos del Toro. The award recognized Cruise's contributions from 1986 all the way to 2023 as a supporter of the Navy and Marine Corps. Del Toro praised Cruise for his exceptional and wide-ranging contributions to the film industry. Meanwhile, Cruise called it an extraordinary acknowledgement and said he shared the honor.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything. Thank you for our new. I would like to say I admire you. I've been with you personally, seeing how much you care about the servicemen and women, and I have great respect for you. And we've known each other now these many years, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate everyone being here. I appreciate you taking the time and for this extraordinary acknowledgement. And I accept this on behalf of not just myself, but our entire cast, our crew, our writers, directors, the studios in Hollywood who are so dedicated to helping. I admire all of the servicemen and women.
The Godfather Part 2, originally released on the 20th of December 1974, 50 years ago, became the first sequel to win the Academy Award for the Best Picture. The film won 6 Oscars, including Best Director for Francis Ford Coppola, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Art Direction, Best Music, and Best Supporting Actor for Robert De Niro. The film celebrated its 50th anniversary on Tuesday.
Look what happened to us. This must all
Pop star and fashion designer Pharrell Williams has been named UNESCO's Goodwill Ambassador for Artistic Education and Entrepreneurship. Williams is Louis Vuitton Menswear's Artistic Director. He also performed at the Notre Dame Cathedral's reopening earlier this month. The role of Goodwill Ambassador includes protecting indigenous cultures, advancing education and healthcare for women, raising awareness about genocide prevention, and safeguarding cultural heritage.
With my experience comes a responsibility, and as a Goodwill Ambassador, I really hope to deepen that sense of unity and togetherness. I'm gonna do my best, but you can't do it alone. My goal is to promote the kind of education that helps even the odds for marginalized kids like myself and adults by closing the opportunity chasm. At the core of everything that I do is the belief that opportunity should not be determined by the circumstances of where you come from.
During World War II, my great-granddad, George Arthur Roberts, was one of the everyday people who volunteered in the fire service and became heroes by night. He was awarded the British Empire Medal. It was thanks to my great-granddad and his fellow volunteers that there was a city to wake up to.
Discover the untold stories of World War II in millions of records and bring your backstory to life with Ancestry.
There once was a tree lovingly made to look real, yet looking real wasn't enough. It wanted to be real. One night it wondered, where are my roots? And an answer came. Your roots will grow within the hearts of those around you, as you create very real memories. And for the first time, the tree felt real joy. Shop Boxing Day deals at balsamhill.co.uk.
Bingo lovers, it's time for a close encounter with Bingo Aliens. Visit bingoaliens.com/bingo for a cosmic range of bingo games. 75-ball bingo, even 90-ball bingo. All from a galaxy far away, direct to you. Taking bingo to another dimension at bingoaliens.com/bingo.
This is Amy's first Christmas on the streets. She's cold, hungry, and desperate. Will you help get Amy off the streets this Christmas? Call the Salvation Army on 0800 655 6401. £19 means we can welcome in young homeless people, give them some Christmas cheer, and support to get off the streets for good. Please, help us give Amy a fresh start this Christmas. Thank you.
By playing People's Postcode Lottery, you've helped thousands of good causes. So thank you.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. What needs now is love, sweet love. Love, sweet love.
Right, now, on to number 42.
Engage and excite your pets with Chuckle Chums from JML, the interactive dog toy that keeps your furry friends engaged with boundless joy. Just shake to activate and watch your pup's eyes light up with excitement. And it switches itself off when they're done. It's great for both dogs, young and old. Choose from 2 adorable designs and treat your furry friends to engaging play this Christmas with Chuckle Chums. Only $14.99 from Asda, Argos, Morrisons, Tesco and jmldirect.com. JML, your Christmas made easier.
From interesting tech startups to industry-leading companies, politics, sports, culture, curry, cricket. Oh, there's so much to talk about. Like me, if you too thrive on interesting conversations, this is a show you cannot miss. Watch this space to know more about all matters and all people that make Britain what it is today. Out of Britain, with me, Radhika Iyer.
Party that's finalized the names as far as the GPC on One Nation, One Poll is concerned. And according to sources, what we're really hearing is Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is going to be part of the GPC, and sources are also saying there's going to be Manish Tiwari as well as Sukhdev Bhagat from Lok Sabha and Randeep Surjewala from the Rajya Sabha. That's going to be on that panel from the side of the Congress. Of course, the BJP is going to be the chairman is going to be from the BJP, and we have my colleague Aishwarya joining us to get us more on this. Aishwarya on the phone line. Aishwarya, what are you hearing from your sources?
Well, the Joint Parliamentary Committee can have a maximum of 31 members, 21 from the Lok Sabha and 10 from the Rajya Sabha. And now the government had decided to form the Joint Parliamentary Committee. Of course, the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla will finally announce this in the House later this week, as just 2 days have been left for the winter session of Parliament. But the sources within the Congress have confirmed to us that it would be Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, Manish Tiwari, Sukhdev Bhagat from the Lok Sabha and Randeep Surjewala from the Rajya Sabha, who would be on the panel of the Joint Parliamentary Committee on One Nation, One Poll. Apart from it, there are several other parties who have also confirmed the names as far as their nominations are concerned, who had been given to the Lok Sabha Speaker so far. It could be Selva Ganapati Wilson from the DMK, Supriya Sule from the NCP, Kalyan Banerjee and Saket Gokhale from the Trinamool Congress, Harish Balayogi from the Telugu Desam Party, Shrikant Shinde from the Shiv Sena, Sanjay Jha from the JDU and Dharmendra Yadav from the Samajwadi Party. You could be the part of the panel of the One Nation, One Poll, which will further scrutinize the One Nation, One Election bill, which will be sent to the JPC. We have been also told that the Lok Sabha Speaker can also set a time frame to submit the report to the House after having detailed discussions, consultations with different stakeholders involved. Yesterday, the sources within the government had confirmed to us that the stakeholders will include different political parties. This will also include the assembly speakers, former judges, former advocates, and public in large opinion will also be sought. And